Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Olatunde and I make videos about lifestyle, med, life science, and today's video is such an exciting one because as you can tell from the title of the video, by the time you're watching this, I'll be a Nigerian YouTuber living in the UK. Yes guys, so I am moving, or rather I have moved to the United Kingdom and I'm really excited. I'm happy, like I'm grateful to God, grateful to my family, my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister for their support, because I mean, after God, they're the ones who has made this dream a reality, and I'm super grateful and happy. And yeah, I'm just here to talk about how I did it, what I did, the whole process, and yeah. So if you're interested in this video, please stick around to the end of the video. I'll be sharing a lot of information, so I feel like it's going to be a useful and informative video that you might want to watch till the end, and hope you don't skip any parts. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. Gotta be something different. Yes guys, so I am going to United Kingdom to the UK, United Kingdom for my masters. I'm going for my masters, so everything I'll be sharing in this video, first of all, disclaimer is that it's going to be from my own personal experience, and also it's also if you're interested in the route for coming to do your MSc, right? So I'm going to be breaking down the whole application process and basically just explaining everything, right? So the first stage to this whole process would be getting an admission. Yes, if you want to come for your masters, definitely you have to get an admission from your school. So luckily most schools, I think all, but I'm not sure if all, but I know that most of the schools in the UK, they don't require you to pay application fee, so it's free, and that means you can apply to as many schools as you want. Apply, check online for the schools, and apply for your preferred course. And yeah, so the first stage is to secure an admission. So once you apply, you have to wait for, depending on the school, some school require 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you get an offer or to get a decision. So you apply to various schools and then wait to get a response. I did my own application by myself. All I just did was to log in, search my school on Google and check for the course. From Google it directed me to the website of the school, and then I checked for the course that I needed, and there was just a place where I could apply. It wrote apply, and then I clicked, and from there they requested for my documents, the documents that I would be required, and it was just easy for me to upload the documents on their website. So I think applying is pretty easy and straightforward, although there are agencies. I didn't use any agents, so I don't really know about agencies, but from what I've heard, agents are usually free. You don't pay extra, you don't pay anything. They only get their pay from the school. The school is going to pay them for bringing students. So you can also try using any agent if you actually want to. After getting your admission, it's usually a conditional offer, with conditions. If you are an international student, and you have to meet some requirements for it to be an unconditional offer. So usually, depending on what you upload or what you missed out while you are seeking for the admission, while you are applying for the course, they will list out all the things they need you to, the conditions they need you to meet. And one thing for sure is that if you are an international student, you would have to make an initial deposit. So I feel like the initial deposit is usually a range. I applied to more than one school, and all the schools I applied to require the same 3,000 initial deposit per payment. So they required me to pay at least £3,000, and I would say I feel like that's the range. It's probably between 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I'm not sure, but then these are the kind of things kind of information you need to check actually before applying. You have to make your enquiries. You have to inquire about that. For me, let me speak for me. I paid my initial deposit and I also fulfilled other requirements, like they needed me to upload my proof of English language. I didn't need to. I have a TOEFL, but I didn't use my TOEFL. TOEFL was accepted, IELTS was accepted, WIEC was also accepted, so I just used my WIEC. I uploaded my WIEC and then I bought a WIEC scratch card and then I uploaded it so that they could confirm and verify my WIEC results. So once I had all those conditions ticked, my offer was now an unconditional offer. And once my offer became an unconditional offer, I started the process. They started preparing my CAS for me. So CAS means certificate. I'm not sure. I think certificate of acceptance of studies. If it's not it, I'll write it on the screen. So they had to prepare my CAS, and my CAS didn't take time. I got my CAS the same day my payment was confirmed. Yeah. After getting your CAS, then you can now apply for your visa, because if you're applying for a student visa, you need to have the CAS. You need the number before you can actually apply. So the CAS basically means the school is saying that they are your sponsor, they are the one responsible for your stay in the UK, and they're going to sponsor you. When I mean sponsor, not financially, but sponsor, like sponsorship, visa sponsorship. So they're the ones that are going to be doing that for you. I talked about payment, right? I needed to pay an initial deposit of £3,000, and I had to pay that through the Form A. So initially I didn't know that it was even a long process. I thought it was just something you could pay from your phone, like mobile transaction, until when I was ready to pay, then we couldn't pay, because I was now confused. I had to ask people, and they now told me that yeah, you have to go to the bank. And Form A, the disadvantage of Form A is that it takes time. Mine took about 6 weeks before the whole process was done, and then the school confirmed the money had entered. But then the advantage is that it's going to be like it's a CBN process, so it means that you just go to the bank and tell them you want to pay through Form A, and then they'll tell you all the documents you need to upload and everything. So it's pretty straightforward. That's one advantage. And then the second thing is that it's quite it's going to be at the official rate, so it's going to cost less than if you're using probably black market. But the thing about Form A is that you need some documents like your offer letter, your admission letter. If you're going for your MSc, you also need a proof that you've had a previous degree. You need some things, your passport. If it's not you, if you're not the person like that the money is in the account, you need the passport of the other person too, and the person has to sign a document. And yes, like I said, it takes about 6 weeks, so it's very important that you start early, because most of the schools usually have deadlines for you to meet the condition, because they need to prepare your CAS and everything. So I was just lucky that I beat the deadline. Thankfully to God, but it was close. So you have to start making everything you have to do. I would advise on my own is that you should be fast about it, be early about it, because there are deadlines, and you don't want to be caught behind the deadline. You probably have to defer the admission again for another session. Imagine, because my course was filled at some point, and they said if you've not paid your initial deposit at one date, like at a date, you should not bother, because it's either you terminate the offer or you defer, because the course was full. And as at then, I had not even finished, like my payment had not successfully entered the school account. They've not confirmed my payment, but the only good thing was that I just had proof that at least I had initiated my payment before that date, and that was why they were able to still proceed with mine. But anyways, like I said, my top tip is that you should try to be fast, so that you don't the deadline doesn't cut you short. And I'll say that on your CAS has specific information, like your course of study, the amount you've paid, the amount of the whole tuition. Basically has the necessary information that the UK government is going to use to access your application. And one other thing is that most schools in the UK, I'm not sure, but all the schools I applied to, they usually have a discount or like a scholarship, like it's called like a higher achievers award. So if you have like a first class and a 2-1 in your first bachelor's degree, you are entitled to like a certain amount of discount. All you just need to do is apply, and if they've confirmed like with your application, make sure you accept it, because if you don't accept it before a particular date, then you just lose the 3,000. So usually if they give you a discount, so they're going to add it to what you've paid. So let's say for instance you paid £3,000 initial deposit, they're just going to add 3,000. So on your card it won't show that you have 3,000, you paid 3,000, you show that you paid 6,000. So yeah, I just wanted to chip that in. So now let's get to the next phase. The next phase is now applying for your visa, because once you get your cards, then you're free to apply for your visa. So you just register and sign up in. So when you apply, they'll ask you for so many things. It was a long fill, like you fill your details and so many things like that. And once you have it filled, you get to the end point, and that end point is where you have to pay for your immigration health surcharge. So basically that's called the IHS, and the IHS is like an insurance, so that throughout your stay, at least throughout your student visa will be valid, you do not have to pay to visit the hospital if you're sick. You register, I guess, and when you register, once you're sick, you can just get healthcare, I think, free of charge. So you get the initial IHS, immigration health surcharge, and then after you pay that, that's when you can now pay for your visa. So when you pay for your visa and it's been confirmed, they are going to link you to this website called the TLS Contact. They are the ones in charge of the biometrics, where you thumbprint and you do your facial capture and all of that. So after applying for my visa, I got that. For the TLS Contact, we have various options. They have the one that is called walk-in, or you can just do the regular one. That one, they will also ask you if you want to come back to get your passport, or you want to DHL it. So if you need DHL, you pay a fee. As when I did mine, it was 9,000 naira, so that DHL will just bring it back to my house. I don't have to travel again. And then I also did this flexi appointment. So it means that I could, on my day of biometrics, I could go at any time I wanted. In the morning, in the night, I could go at any time. But there's usually a time. So 8 o'clock, you should be there by 8 o'clock. You don't want to miss your time, because they probably, I don't know if they'll attend to you or not. But anyways, I had the advantage of the flexi, so I didn't spend time there, because I got there very early in the morning, and I think I was even the first person that was attended to, because I had the flexi. So anytime was fine. But you can choose to still do the 9,000. I mean, it's still the same thumbprinting that everybody does anyways. But I did that because there was no closer date, and I didn't want to be like too extremely late. Time was going. Because time was going and there was no close dates for the normal 9,000 naira one, I just had to pay for the flexi, so that I can start the whole process and get the whole thing done with. I also add that they have the self-service and the assisted service. So for the assisted service, they would upload the documents you need. So at the end of your visa application, there will be like a checklist where they will say all the documents they expect you to bring. And then when you get there, if it's assisted, they will just basically upload it for you. But if it's self, you upload it by yourself without their help. Yeah, I almost forgot to add TB, tuberculosis test. So you need to get a tuberculosis test done in the IOM. So IOM is either in Lagos or in Abuja, and the certificate is valid for just 6 months. So when you want to do yours, ensure that you do it at a time where you would have applied for a visa, probably traveled before the certificate expires. That's 3 months. So IOM TB test was about 50 something, I think 50 almost 60,000 naira. It was not up to 60k, but when I did mine though, it was like 50 something thousand naira, and I did mine in Abuja. I just kept the certificate, and when it was time for me to apply for my visa, I carried those documents to the visa TLS contact place. I did mine in Ikeja, Lagos. So yeah, after my biometrics was done, then the waiting began. I just kept on waiting. I mean, it wasn't easy, to be honest. It wasn't easy to wait. I kept on checking my emails like every day to see what's up, and I was also on group chats. And that's one thing I would advise, that you try to join group chats, because people share information there. Sometimes doing this thing all alone might not be easy, but if you join group chats, I'm on a Telegram group chat for my school, so people will share information. People that have done it will share information, and it will just help you like direction. So I was on the group chat, and I was monitoring people, like when people get their visa or their BRP mail, they will just probably write the timeline. So I knew, okay, I was still in check. And anyways, you should expect your visa in about 15 working days, so that's about 3 weeks. Even though I got my BRP mail before the 15th day, I think I got mine on the 11th working day or the 10th working day, around that. So what is the BRP mail? BRP means biometric residence permit. So it's like a card that you would be using to show your proof or right to stay in the UK. The passport on the stamped visa on your passport, I think it lasts for just about, so it's limited, maybe like 3 months. Then after that, what is only valid is your BRP permit. So I got my mail saying that my visa application was successful and my BRP has been sent to my school, because when I was registering for my visa, I included my school address. So that with that, I already knew that, okay, yes, I had gotten the visa. I'm just waiting to get back my passport. So yeah, I waited for about 1 week before my passport officially came through DHL, and yes, I would say basically that's a summary of the whole process. It took a while. It took about, to be honest, I started in February and this is December, so it took about 10 months, but that's because I initially deferred the admission. The admission was initially supposed to be in September, but then I deferred it from September to January. So I'll be going January, which is next month. But of course, by the time you're watching it, I'll probably already be there. And I would like to do a video explaining the financial implication of coming to the UK for your masters, and also another video explaining in details the documents you need to apply. But this was just like more of like a briefing and explaining the whole process in general. I won't want the video to be too long, so I won't go in depth in the financial implication and the documents. So please ensure you stick around for those videos, because they are going to be so informative and they could help you in case you're on your path to also come to the UK for your masters. Anyways, with that being said, relocation vlogs will be dropping after this, even though I'm filming this video even before like I'm even ready to, I still have about 3 weeks to travel. So yeah, but then I'm sure going to vlog, relocation prep vlog and travel vlog. So please about to get this on the channel, so please subscribe, support me, watch, tell people, share the video, and support me and help me grow. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm super excited. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned. This is not the time where you don't subscribe. This is the time where you subscribe, because if you watch till this point, then I mean you're definitely like interested, right? So subscribe, turn on your post notification, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.